What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and we are ready to get the show on the road here. So, we will be talking about today how well I did for Christmas and over the holidays. And you guys will get to see live here just how well that went for me. So, I'm super excited for that. I hope you guys are excited for that. Let's see what happened then. So, I got a little presentation here to talk about. It's kind of windy in Miami. I don't know if you guys can see it back here. You can practically hear the wind coming in through the doors. So it's pretty crazy. And I decided to do this live a day early. We usually do this on Thursday, and we usually have Kevin here live with us, but Kevin is not here today. He will be here in the next time around. So we will get Kevin on live. And as always, remind me where you guys are coming from, what's going on, questions or comments, puts them in the question box, and I will be sure to answer your questions at some point during this live stream. So let's go ahead and bring up the screen share of how well I did during the Christmas holidays. I think you guys are going to be quite shocked. And as usual, I got the money that I made here live from all the things that I sold. So it's a lot of 20s, a lot of hundreds in there mixed in. A lot of good stuff. And I got all sorts of great screen shares that everyone shared with me. But this is the money I made. Let me know what you guys want me to do with it today. But almost, I want to say total, I counted this before. It was around just under the 10K mark in cash money from Craigslist sales, as well as Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, and a lot more, as you're going to see, from eBay. So altogether, a pretty good Christmas. I will show you guys some of those earnings here in a second, but I see Tim hopping on from Phoenix. What's up? I love to go to Phoenix, Tim. I go to Phoenix all the time. Helen, what's up, Helene? Where are you from? Are you still in the UK? So awesome if you're joining us. I haven't heard from you in a long time, stranger. So I'm glad to see that you're on this live. So Tim sold 2 PS5 and 1 Series X today. Tim, you're the man. Yes. I have got, we'll talk about how much I have left. I've got still 2 PS5s. I've got a digital and I've got a physical edition. And I've also got 2 Xbox S's. I actually got one right here that I got from Target. And I ended up getting stuck with a bunch of the Fortnite Switches. Good thing I can return them. That's what I was planning on doing. And that's the beautiful thing about this game is you can return things, right? Long time no see, says Helene. Yes, I missed you, girl. Missed you for sure. Missed seeing you on all the lives. So I'm glad you stopped by to say hello. So got some Fortnite Switches left over, got a couple things left over, and that's fine because the beautiful thing is everybody has extended return policies. So never fear when you are in that kind of predicament. That's the thing I love about this resale game. It never ends. There's always brand new products, and we can always have the opportunity to return things and then start all over. So awesome. Let's jump into the actual screen share. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we are going to see what I've got to share with you guys this time. So here we go. Let's see what I got in store for y'all. All right. So we should be able to see this live. So big thing first, right? Obviously, we don't do a ton of sales on Amazon. Some of us do. I think Pato sells on Amazon and a couple other people's in the group. But Amazon sold billions of products during the holiday period, and third-party sales are up 50% globally. That means all over the world, shit is selling, right? And I mean, obviously here in the States, a lot of shit is selling. We're making a lot of money, and I'm going to show some of the success that a lot of people are having in the Discord group, which I believe you can still get a trial for. So I will have a link below in the description box at some point after this video goes live, so you guys can jump into the Discord group for free. There's usually like a free 7-day period, and then it goes to paid. And in case you're not in there, we are having a New Year's special where you can get 7 days for $7. And then on top of that, you can still take advantage of the 50% off lifetime membership only through New Year's Eve. So that'll be available for the next couple of days. So I'm super fired up for that. And as you'll see here in a minute, a lot of people are making a lot of money. And that fires me up more than anything, is making sure that you guys and girls are successful. Like, that really pumps me up. I feel like giving a really hardcore salute to that. I love that. And a lot of people like when I salute. You guys get me fired up when I see those cash money reports. But today we're going to talk about what I did for Christmas. Yes, I practice what I preach. I do a lot of this crap in my spare time, trying to figure out ways to help you guys and girls make money. In fact, the easiest possible ways that I can. I'm constantly on the phone or constantly trying to figure out what to resell, right? And as we talked about in the last episode, I want you guys to really think about for 2021. I am coming out with a video tomorrow on setting goals. But I really want you guys to think about what you're going to focus on in 2021 in order to make it such an impactful year that it changes your entire life. So for me, it's not going to be focusing on selling every single thing that comes out. During December, the huge part of my focus was copying as many PS5s as I possibly could. And I know a lot of people don't agree with the ethics behind that, but hey, we're all squirrels out there trying to find a nut, and we got to make some money somehow. So in times like this, I'd rather take PS5s and resell them than try to get all the stimulus money that I can, right? I mean, stimulus checks are flying all over the place. There's all sorts of free things for people. Obviously, a lot of people are having a lot of trouble, but I don't think it's that bad to resell PS5s or resell anything out there for that matter, other than things that are terrible in times of natural disaster. So let's talk about some of the things that I actually resold, and then we'll talk about some of the things that I'm going to focus on in 2021. I've hinted in the past videos as to what those things are going to be, and then we'll look at how well other people did in general. So who else had a good Christmas, right? I know a lot of you guys, specifically a lot of the members in the Discord group, which again, the link will be below in the description box, had a terrific Christmas. I saw people like Hybrid selling almost all 17 of his Xboxes or PS5s, and I'm pretty sure he had a lot more than that. I might have the count off, so if he's on here live, he could let me know how many total that was. But I saw a lot of people having a lot of success, particularly the people taking action. And as I said before, I too was taking action on there, trying to hustle my ass off and making sure that I practice what I preach, and I make you guys follow the leader, right? I'm doing this stuff. I know it works. Kevin is doing this stuff, and all the rest of the people in our group are doing stuff. So I sold all PS5s but one, and all Xbox X's. I didn't sell any Switches. So I did get stuck with the Switches, but I will be sending those back. As I told you all, that's the beautiful thing of this business. You too can send that back. And I've not sold any Xbox S's. I do have two on hand. You saw one right behind me. I have another one over there in the room. Those didn't sell. Here's the beautiful thing. If you haven't sold all the PS5s, I do see them on StockX for $727. So if we actually do the math, if you sell it on $727 on StockX today, which was the price that it was up there, $727 and the 12.5% that they get, you will end up with about $90. Not bad, not the best thing in the world. You can still look to try to sell those locally for about $800. Craigslist is working well, as is Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. Those are all fine, but last resort, know that over the course of the next few days, you can flip those for about 90 quick dollars on StockX pretty much instantaneously. And I've got two, so I'm thinking of doing that. That way I don't have to worry about dealing with any of the crap with Craigslist and eBay and all that good stuff. But anyways, that's just a quick recap of what I did. And yes, I made some money. So last time I was tossing this money around, I'll toss a couple dollars up. It was kind of a pain in the ass to pick it up off the ground. So I don't want to go that crazy. I did go work out today, so I'm a little bit sore. I hadn't worked out in quite a while. So here is my recent sales on eBay. You saw the Craigslist money. I tossed some of that up in there. Hopefully I don't find some months later under the couch, or hopefully my clean lady doesn't find it and take it, right? So, all right, the past 31 days on eBay, my total sales were $5,902.17. And here's some of the recent sales that I sold on eBay. We got this Princess Leia Barbie doll, which I picked up. I sold 3 of these all together. I sold 2 Princess Leia Barbies, a Darth Vader Barbie, and some of them were pickup locals. I sold this Garmin Forerunner watch, which I picked up during Cyber Monday, Black Friday. And then I sold this Cronus Zen gaming adapter, which I don't even know what the hell it is, but it sold. Eventually, at some point, I did hang on to that for about 2 months. And then on top of that, I sold the Star Wars Black Series Clone World, the Osaka Walmart exclusive figure. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but I've got 3 of those. I've sold 1 so far. I did have it priced premium. And then I sold 2 pairs of shoes, a sewing machine, and some Absolute Panini football cards. Now, shoes, I'm almost completely out of. I even sold a pair of, and I don't have those up here. I sold the last pair of Yeezy Boosts, as well as the last pair of, I forgot what they were even called, KD Trays. So I've got to get back out there to the stores. And as soon as I do that, I will be posting pictures of things that I find live in the store that you guys can go out there. So there's going to be a whole new portion of the Discord server that I am adding this week or next week on the shoe finds that I find when I'm out there. So I will also have some VA scouring the internet and finding all the hot shoes that are available at Marshall's, at Ross, and at Burlington, and possibly any other store that there is out there, so that they can give you guys the heads up on what is available out there and what kind of inventory you're looking at. So that is what I made. And before I go into the recent sales on the server and the success that people are having, let me just double check and make sure you guys are I'm all up to speed. I answered everybody. Glad to be here. Health Lover says yes. So I see there's quite a few of you people. Tim, you sold the 2 PS5s and the 1 Series X. Did you do that on Craigslist, Tim? I was just kind of curious. Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, or was it eBay? I have not sold a single PS5 or Xbox X on eBay, although I do know Kevin has sold them on eBay, and he did get a premium price for that. And we also had one member who was a member of the Discord group for 10 minutes, and he sold his first PS5 for something like $1,086 that he sold that for. So he sold that almost instantaneously within the first 10 to 15 minutes that he was actually a member. So that was kind of super exciting. So, all right, I got all the questions. Let me jump back into the presentation so we can talk a little bit more about what else happened, what else people have been grabbing, right? So let me make sure I'm sharing here. I'm so bad at this actual setup. I'm just absolutely terrible at it. And I'm sorry, guys and girls, but I'm not technical whatsoever. But here we go. Here's what some of our members have been able to cop over the past couple days. We've got PlayStations here coming out at Target, and I believe they might have come out at Walmart, but a couple people also getting them locally at Target and at Walmart and picking these up, both the digital as well as the physical edition. Now, if you copped during that week coming up into Christmas on Walmart and you picked up either the digital or the physical version, I forget what it's called. I don't think it's physical. I think I just made that up, but it's the one where you actually physically use the discs. If you copped during that week, the physical one has been shipped. You should already have that in hand, but the digital one does not ship until January 12th. And the digital price is obviously not as high as the physical price, but I think you're getting more value when you sell the digital one. So just keep that in mind. Take a look at the price on StockX. Remember that when you have the opportunity to cop one or the other. I think you're getting more bang for your buck if you flip the actual digital one. So that's one good thing about that. Here's a couple other members that are having a tremendous amount of success. I believe this is hybrid, and you can see he almost fanned that money out identically, and he's in the same car, but on one it's turned on and the other one it's not. And in the middle, I don't actually know whose picture this is, but that cash money was for a PS5. So all sorts of members having a tremendous amount of success. That fires me up. Salute to them. And here's more money, including one of these is mine. I'm right in the center. I got that money from a PS5. And then we've got some people having success on the right. I think that's hybrid again. And over on the left, someone else selling a PS5. So all sorts of cash money for those PS5s, for those Xbox X's, and all sorts of other things. I saw a lot of people selling their Fortnite Switches. I didn't have any success in Miami. Maybe we had too much supply, but I saw a lot of people all across the rest of America selling that crap. So I love it. Love it. I can't get enough of it. I love to see these screenshots. And here's a couple other members that picked up some PS5. So a ton of people having success selling, a ton of people having success buying. It's super exciting for me. Here is some more money. I think these might have been from last time. I think I forgot to take these down because I was just so excited to see that cash. I almost get blinded when I see cash. It gets me that excited, and I feel like tossing it up in the air, right? It's fun. It's fun, yes. Not too fun when you got to pick it all up, right? So now it's crowding my computer screen, so that's not too fun. I promise that by this point next week, I will deposit that in the bank. But let's talk about what I'm going to be focusing on in 2021 and the upcoming drops, namely sneakers, because I mentioned last week that the two biggest areas that I will be focusing on are number one, sneakers, and the second one I'll talk about at the end of this. But let's talk about what is coming up other than rule number one. I almost got caught in this rule, and I know I mentioned to a couple members, never get high on your own supply. You definitely don't want to keep the things that you cop. Sometimes I get stuck in this with this problem here, particularly with the sneakers, because I love sneakers. I love to flex the best and the brightest sneakers that there are. And I'm in Miami, and that's kind of what the whole vibe is about. So I almost always try and keep a pair of sneakers, which is very, very bad. Do not do that. Do not get high on your own supply. But I will say this much. Here's what's coming out that's really right now on my radar. And I always like to take a look at these drops way ahead of time so I have an idea of what I should be looking at purchasing or what I should be looking at wearing, which is bad. But first and foremost, I even forget what these are called. I think these are the Nike Volts. And Kevin in our group is not really bullish on these. He doesn't really think they're going to do that well. But I'm going to show you guys in a minute a little trick that I like to use to be able to tell whether or not a shoe is going to be good, hot or not. And Kevin's been wrong on several drops. I actually told him when those LeBron, I think they were the LeBron 17s came out, I was very bullish on them. And Kevin was like, nah, those are going to suck. And as soon as they came out, those things were at 300. It was easy to sell at 300. So I'm going to show you a little trick I use here in a second to be able to figure out what shoes should I really be looking at and what shoes should I be on the sneakers app registering. Should I have multiple sneakers app up? I'll show you that here in a second. But these don't come out till the 9th, so we still got some time before these come out. But let me talk about the ones that I think are going to be fire. And I'll show you why I think that. It's these right here. I believe these are called, I forget what they're even called. But I think these might only be available in skate shops, and I think they're like wicked ugly. I can't even begin to tell you guys how ugly these are. I would never rock these. As a result, I imagine Kevin would 100% rock these. So if Kevin is on the call, Kevin, I know you would rock these because you always rock those nasty ass shoes like Crocs and things like that. So January 13th, it's still a ways off, but I really want to say that these are probably going to be available only in skate shops. So what does that mean? That means, yes, you do have to find a local skate shop in order to get these. There is a chance that they appear on the sneakers app, so just be aware of that. But we'll talk about what the name is of these and how I figured out that these are going to be fire. And then we see this last set of shoe here, January 14th, still a ways away. These are going to be out on the 14th, and I'll show you again why I think these are going to be fire. So let's go ahead and show you that little trick here after I make sure I answered all the questions. Yeah, I see. Tim finally answered me, so let's see what Tim has to say. Let's take this off. Tim says, I have one buyer that buys all my units. Tim, I found the same thing. So I sold a total of 5 PS5s on OfferUp. Yeah, so that's a fantastic thing. And let me kind of just remind you, Tim, and remind everybody that's listening, a real nice trick that you can use. You will find people on there that will buy your PS5 and then go out and resell it. So if a guy asks you, can you offer me a deal? You always want to ask him, how many do you want to take? Because that opens up the situation that you would resell to him, and then you allow him to get out there and try to flip them for 1,000. So if you're selling to this guy and you decide to cut him a deal at 800, he can go out there and resell it for 1,000, and he can sell 5 of those. He can make himself $1,000 in a day. So if you find a guy like that, the second question that you want to ask this guy is, would you like to buy anything else? Or what else are you looking for? And so what I did is when I found this guy here locally, I asked him, what else are you looking for? And he said, what else do you have? And I began to list him every single console that I have. And he ended up taking the Xbox X, and he was interested in the Switch at first, but he didn't end up taking it. But he took the Xbox X's, and the day after he finished and he took all my inventory, he called back up and he wanted to know if I had more. So at that point, 2 days later, I acquired more and I texted him. And so that's how it works. So when you find a guy that asks you for a deal, ask him what else he wants to take, and then ask him what else he's looking for, because it provides you the opportunity to sell him other stuff. So Terry asks, is there still opportunity to make money with PS5s? Absolutely, Terry. We talked about how you can instantaneously sell them on StockX right now. And when I look at StockX here in a second, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to share with you guys how I figured these shoes were worth that. I'm going to show you how much it'll sell for. So I think I'm going to do that right now. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen here. And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at StockX. So I'm here at StockX, as you guys can see. And here's what I usually do. I usually come down here. I scroll down to the bottom here. You see where it says release calendar, and it's going to show me what's coming out. So these right here just came out today, and they're still at 334. So they're pretty good. So the day before these come out, so for example, not the day before, a couple days for like a week here, these are showing at 273. They might be all right. They're going to be some good lunch money. That's why Kevin disagrees with me. I think they could turn out to be pretty well. They're at about 273. These cost, I think, about 190. I think they're 190, 170. I was going to say 170 or 190. And right now they're at 276, 250. So usually the most popular size in the world is 9.5. So they're about a 273, 267 at the 9.5. So I think these will still be able to provide some lunch money, which means like 30 to 40 bucks on the flip. But that's an instant flip. So you tell me, is StockX, there's no easier site to resell on than StockX. I talked about that last week. So you'll essentially get $40 just for punching your name into the sneakers app and then getting these. It's that easy if you win the lotto on them, right? If you win the raffle, whatever it's called. So what I basically do is I like to go in here and I like to click see all and see what's coming out and see what the prices are at. So like these right here, 185, 215, they're not going to sell worth a shit, right? This is going to be, I bet that they're even cheaper than that, or they're more expensive than that. Retail on these is 140. So they'll sell for barely anything. You probably won't make the money back on those. You'll break even if you buy those. But if we look down and we look at these we know are grade school or a little less. Grade school, these are all right. But you look at the prices and you can see what they're going to end up at. So these are at $11.50 and $11.47. They're the street hawkers. These are going to sell for a lot of money. If we look at these are the Kyrie ray guns. They're not going to sell for too much. The ask is at $129, the bid's at $190. And these, the Nike Dunk High Retro White Vast Gray, they're at $425 or $251 right there. So these are going to be some good lunch money. So those are the three shoes on my radar, and this is what I use on StockX to be able to tell, is a shoe going to sell or is it not? So that I know when I look at the sneakers drops, which sneaker drop I'm going to want to actually go for. So that's the tip that I wanted to show you guys today. Let's now talk about the PS5 and answer Terry's question, which is, are they still worth some money? So I just looked for PS5. I'm going to look at the US plug version. Here's also the digital version. If we recall, the digital version is $499. This one is, I'm sorry, this is $399. This one's $499. So if we do the math on here, it probably ends up costing us $550 shipped and everything to our house. And if we sell this right now for $725, which is the price it's selling at, I take $725 and I multiply by 12.5%, which is StockX fee. So they're going to charge me $90.62 minus the $725, means I'm going to get back $635 minus the $550, and I'm going to end up with $85 in my pocket if I have one of these instantly, right? So I make $85. I spent $500. If we do the math on that, what kind of return is that? So 85 divided by 550 is going to be about a 15% return on our money, which is not the best thing in the world, but it's quick, it's fast, it's instant if we have this in hand. Now, if we do the math on the actual digital version, let's take a quick look at what the math on the digital version is, just so we kind of have an idea. I think I saw it as 687. So if we go and do the math, we've got 688 is the last sale. So this costs us about $433. So we've got 688 times 12.5% is 86 minus the 430 minus the 688. And see, that's how bad I am at math, guys and girls, is I already forgot. So it's $86 that they charge us. 688 minus 86 means we get 602 minus the 433, means we get about $169, I think. So, right, and I could be wrong on the math. You guys do the math yourself. If StockX charges a 12.5% fee, you subtract that, you're only going to pay $430 for these. These are averaging about $169. So you're almost getting double the money. 169 divided by the 433 is 39% return on your money. So right now, as I said earlier in this episode of the latest What to Sell, it's better, you get more bang for your buck if you go for the digital version. So I would be going for the digital version 100% of the time. And that's kind of how I look at things. Like I look at them from the perspective of which one's going to make me the most money, right? And right now it is the digital version, which is kind of insane to me because I've been selling the physical version left and right all over the place. And now the digital version is hotter. So let's see what other kind of questions we got here. Tim says, exactly, I have 2 more PS5s coming in the mail. He's buying those too. Tim, excellent job, buddy. Here's the thing, Tim, one more terrific thing, Tim. Keep this guy's number. He can become an excellent contact. You can't imagine how many people buy these shoes as well. So what you can actually do is there's so many people that sell shoes to plugs. Once you start getting into shoe botting and things of that nature, you can sell these plugs, the spots to get the shoes for like $25. So if you sent them 10 pairs of shoes, they pay you $25 per pair of shoes. So they've got people that they can resell. They've got a network. They've been in this business for a long time. So never lose the opportunity to potentially make a long-term business partner with somebody that you meet on one of these sites. Always be asking if they want additional units when they ask for a discount, and always be asking what else they're looking for. Because I can guarantee you these guys are out there hustling just as much as you are. And the fact of the matter is that if you can create the magic with your computer, let them do the hustling on the street, and pretty much soon everything that you cop, you can call up this guy and he'll come and pick it up and give you cash money for it. It's the best way to do business, period. So Tim says he's my barber. I see him every 2 weeks. Fantastic. Congratulations, Tim. It seems amazing that you managed to find this guy. Like, my guy's not as reliable as your barber. You know where to find your barber. This dude, I kind of have to chase him down on the phone and just fire up his phone and be like, dude, are you going to want this shit or what? You know? But anyways, let's see. I think I got everybody else's question answered. Yeah, so, all right, let's see what else I got. I think that might be it in terms of the shoes. Oh, and then the last thing that I've got this week, as I said before, I like to keep these short and sweet. Let me make sure I've got my screen share on. All right, let's share the screen one last time here, and let's talk about the very last thing that I wanted to talk about here. We know what shoes to keep on our radar. Again, Tim, you might want to ask your barber, see if he wants to buy any of these shoes. A lot of times you can never tell when they're going to buy it. But I talked about this last time. What am I going to be focusing on in 2021? And tomorrow I will be releasing a video on how I will talk about my goals and how I'll go about trying to accomplish those goals for 2021. Namely, just sticking to 2 core products is it. You're not going to see me selling any more PS5s beyond the 2 PS5s that I have here. Yeah, sure. If I pick up some PS5s and I know I can flip them on StockX, I'm going to take that 100% of the time because it's quick and easy money. Remember, guys and girls, right now my favorite site to sell on is StockX. It's so simple. It's so easy. The site's just recently been valued for $2.8 billion. There's a reason. They make things easy. I've never sold on an easier site than StockX. If you do not have an account, take a look at last week's episode where I talk about how simple and easy it is to get the account and just how quick and easy it is to sell. It's easier than Amazon. It's easier than eBay. It's easier than Craigslist. It's easier than any site out there. And the second big thing, other than the sneakers, that I will be focusing on is Pokemon. I don't give a shit what other product is coming out there. I don't care if it's heaters. I don't care if dumbbells are hot. I don't care what else COVID makes hot. All I care about is Pikachu this year. That's it. I will be focused on, number one, making sure we have the best Pokemon server in the business in our Discord server, which again, you can jump into for 7 days. Real quick here before we close it up. Pokemon is all I'm going to focus on, and sneakers. So I'm building out those 2 aspects of the group. So far, the rest of the stuff that I build out along with the team, like Kevin and Josh, people have been going absolutely crazy for it, and you've seen all the success. I will pull that up here real quickly and show you guys what's been going on in case you haven't seen it, just so you can see, like, we've been busy working on this stuff, right? So we got obviously the chat and all the successes that are going on in there, and all the people having a tremendous amount of success, showing not only the money they made, but also the products that they've picked up. So lots of money being made this week, as well as last week, which was Christmas. We've added a bunch of admins. We've added some mods, and we are actually picking some mods out from within the group, people that have been extremely helpful, as well as extremely giving in the server, giving tips and tricks. And so, like, I've even put people that I know here from the streets, like this guy right here. This is my bartender. This is a guy whose bar I used to go to every single week. And guess what? He suffered the effects of COVID as well, as the bar that he used to work at that I absolutely love to go to shut down. So I had to find a new bartender, and I had to find a new bar. And I miss you. His name is Cuervo. So I love Cuervo. I miss that guy, just like the tequila Cuervo. And we've added a bunch of new channels, a lot of new, you can see all the things being posted. There's a bunch of deals that I've obviously missed because I'm just focused on one section right now that I will be building out here in the next couple weeks, and that is this Pokemon flip section, which you see I haven't actually posted a lot because I've been working on it behind the scenes. So I will have that up for you guys very shortly, as well as the sneakers section and a lot more coming. So if you guys don't have any other questions or comments, we're going to call it a day here, but let me make sure that I did answer all your stuff. Like Jeff just joined us. Jeff, glad you're here. I'm going to throw you some money, buddy. Jeff, thank you for joining us. That's the money that I made from reselling in December. So I'm fired up about that. I'll make sure that in the video, I do throw this money around like like a crazy idiot, just for, you know, shits and grins. So thank you guys for joining me. Anyone else have any questions and or comments about what else they'd like to see in the server? Are you guys all in the server, by the way? I'm glad if you are. I'm glad you guys joined it. It was free for 2 months, and the people that are very successful in there, the people that are constantly posting, are getting free months. So just know that if you're in there and you're sharing your success or you're sharing tips and tricks, you are getting free months. Jeff is in there. He's definitely in there. Helen says, heart back to you, Helen. I'm not that good at making those, and I certainly don't know how to make them here. Yeah, can I sell outside the US? Josephine, not right now, but we will be adding that very soon, particularly with the Pokemon cards and the sneakers as well. The sneakers you can sell from Europe, you can sell from Japan, you can sell from Canada, so you can sell from all over the world. And there are certain Pikachu cards and Pokemon cards that are exclusive to certain regions of the world. So those, yes, you can always sell those from all over the world. That's the beautiful thing about that. So we are going to be expanding into that as soon as I get the sneaker section up and as soon as I get the Pokemon section up. Third on my list is international. So we do not forget about our international friends. I love everyone in this world. Doesn't matter what place you come from, what color you are, what age, religion, whatever. You can be green, and I'm still gonna love you. Let's see. Terry says, what happened to selling PS5s on eBay? We still have them. I have mine listed on eBay, Terry, but they just sell so much faster on Craigslist. And the beautiful thing about Craigslist is you don't have to pay a commission. So eBay, you got to pay 12.5%. It's the 10% eBay fee and 2.5% to PayPal. So Kevin did sell one on eBay. He sold one for 1,000, I believe. And a couple members have sold them on eBay as well as for 1,000. But I just happen to have sold all of mine on Craigslist. I had them listed on eBay. They just didn't sell on eBay. And then one day a guy just called me up and took all my PS5s and he took all my Xbox X's and I sold them as much as I could. So you can still 100% sell them on eBay. The problem is that it just might take a little longer. So we took other options. We took Craigslist, we took OfferUp, and we took Facebook Marketplace and tried to sell them anywhere we could in order to sell them before Christmas happened and came around. So now all I've got left is 2 PS5s, some Xbox XS's, and still some Switches, which I will be returning. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me for this short and sweet episode of what did I sell this week and what should we be selling in the days and weeks coming up, and especially in 2021. Jeff asks, are Xboxes still good cops? Jeff, that is a fantastic question. I would 100% still cop an Xbox X. I have not sold an Xbox S. Like maybe Tim can chime in here. I'm not sure if Tim had success with Xbox S's, but he seemed to have sold quite a few PS5, so he definitely has the experience. But I have not sold an Xbox S. I still got 2, but I sold the Xbox X. It's very surprising that those are selling just as well as the PS5s. Last week, I shared an article with the group that stated that in total sales, in terms of resale on eBay, $30 million worth of PS5s has been sold and 23 million of Xboxes. So what does that say? That says that Xbox is right up there with PS5 as in terms of resale value. And I will say this much too. There's obviously fans of each console, and certain games are only come out with that console, right? And there's a lot of games that you can only play on Xbox. And as a result, there's a lot of fans of Xbox, and that's why it sold just about as much as PS5. And here's the thing that we know with 100% certainty about the Xbox. Microsoft's CEO came out with a tweet, I want to say this was about a month ago, that said that they will not be caught up with production of the Xbox until April of 2021. So what does that tell me? That tells me that we still have a window of opportunity to sell Xboxes. So we've got January, February, March, and not until April will Xbox be caught up back with production. So I imagine we have about a 2.5 month window of opportunity to still resell Xboxes. And I honestly feel that Sony underestimated, and there was a tweet that did come out from Sony last 2-3 weeks ago that stated that they underestimated how popular the PS5 would be. And as a result, their production numbers weren't as high as they should have been. And so Sony also underestimated that number. And as a result, I don't think Sony has mentioned when they would be caught up with production, but I want to guess that it's going to be on or around the same time that Microsoft has. So I still feel there's about a 2.5 month window of opportunity for you to still resell this stuff. And remember, worst case scenario, you will never get stuck with it because you can always return it. That's the beautiful part. So Tim says, pass on the Xbox S, only sold 1. I'm right there with you, Tim. I haven't sold a single one that I have. I've got 2. Joined late is the website StockX. Yes, Josephine, StockX is my absolute favorite website to sell on. And here's the beautiful thing. They've added all sorts of products. Like no longer are they just a sneaker reseller. They used to just be sneakers and Supreme, but they've expanded since then. I think they have collectibles now. They definitely have like the electronics like Sony and things like that. And they're probably going to be adding a lot more. Now that their stock is valued at $2.08 billion, I think they're going to make a play for being like the new eBay of collectibles. They've also added luxury shoes as well as luxury handbags. So they've got all sorts of great stuff coming up. And I'm imagining they're only going to expand bigger and bigger. Best Buy still has them online. That's the Xbox S. Yeah, and I think the PS or the Xbox S was in stock for a very long time on Target. So that one also, I'm not bullish on the Xbox S, but the Xbox X I still am, as well as any of the two PS5s, namely the digital right now. The digital I feel is selling better on StockX, but I'm not too sure how well the digital sells locally. Since I didn't have a single digital, I will have one on the 12th. I'm excited about that. It'll be my first digital version. The rest of them were all the actual physical version. So Best Buy says, okay, Jeff says, thank you. You are welcome, Jeff. And guys, love you guys so much. Going to throw some money for you. If you were here, I would definitely hand it out. But this is all thanks to the hard work that we did this Christmas. So I want to give you guys a big, giant salute. I love every single one of you, and I am fired up that you guys are making money. And I really appreciate you joining me live here. And I look forward to 2021. We have a lot in store. Obviously, this was the first few months that I did this live. Really haven't known what I've been doing. But I just wanted to share my success, hopefully to fire some of you up and also get fired up off of the energy that you're providing because of all the sales and success that you guys are having. So we've got a lot of plans to expand this show into something a little bit more pleasant and something a little bit more showing you what to go out there and buy low and sell high, because there's a ton of opportunity out there. I hope you guys are taking very much advantage of that. This is no time and place to just sit around and wonder, how the heck do I make money online? Those that decide to get out there and do this are going to reap the benefits of 2021 and beyond. And the beautiful thing about this is, while you're not going to get insanely rich doing this, it will make more than your day job if you put enough time, energy, and effort into it. And at some point, you can use that money to expand into other businesses, which obviously I'm always hunting out for, to be able to build a passive income that you can have and enjoy your life, right? So thank you guys for joining me. Salute to you. And I look forward to what we are going to share together in 2021 and beyond. As always, if you put any questions and or comments below, I always personally answer them. And I will see you all in the next Resell Live show. So thanks so much for a terrific year. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.